What up, yo? My name is Boy.
And I'm Jay.
Yo, welcome to Asian Paranormals. And we got a special guest for you today. Introduce yourself.
I'm Peter. I'm Boy's nephew, and I'm Jay's older brother.
And what we talking about today, Jay?
Today we're going to be talking about haunted Airbnb rentals. And before we get started into the story, just imagine yourself just like booking a spot for your family, right? And looking forward to it because it's like a getaway vacation, right?
Vacation.
And what happens if you get there and it just turns out to be haunted?
Exactly.
Like, what would you do?
Have you experienced that?
Oh yeah, I got a story to tell you guys.
Oh yeah, because I experienced that too. And a lot of people, we looked up online, and then there's a lot of places that's haunted because people like to go off the lake houses, and a lot of time the lake homes are old.
Yeah, here in Washington. Here.
Oh, yeah. Especially in Washington, Puget Sound area and all that stuff. And a lot of time they're pretty old, and when it's old, there's history to it. And when there's history to it, we know what goes on.
It might be like native land or something.
Yeah, that could be too. Because especially Washington, there's a lot of native lands, a lot of deaths tragically, and it's not documented because everybody's trying to make a buck. And it's not going to be added into the Airbnb info, on the webpage.
No, they just list all the nice amenities.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a jacuzzi, pool.
You see the pictures they take nowadays. You're like, oh, I want to go there.
Yeah.
It looks so nice.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start it off right now. I got a good Airbnb story, one that we had to take the ferry to towards Clear Creek, Clearwater Casino.
Oh yeah.
Towards the Kingston Ferry. This one, it was close to a life and death situation, which is crazy.
Right.
I didn't believe it because I was told about it, but I was there. But I also was in contact with paranormal activity there also. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wait, this is the one that Polly went to, right?
Yeah.
Polly was there.
Polly, the kids were all there. We had at least 3 or 4 families there. Bori, his family, Ron, his family and stuff. His wife got haunted. I got haunted because me and your aunt Kellyanne and stuff, we had our own room, and I was chilling upstairs by myself. Amanda wasn't there because she had school, so I was just chilling, talking on the phone or texting her and all that stuff, and then all of a sudden something smacked me in the face.
Slapped you? Broad daylight?
No, this was like around 6-7 p.m.
Oh shit!
I felt that. I'm like, I didn't think nothing of it, but also I was like, fuck this. I'm not gonna stay up here by myself. So I went downstairs and I just stood there. Polly knows when something's up. Whenever she sees me just standing there, or when I just show up out of nowhere randomly, she go, "What the fuck happened?" Right?
Yeah.
I didn't tell everybody what happened. I eventually told her. A couple hours later, I'm like, yeah, like something brushed on me, and it felt like a slap. And I was upstairs in the room by myself, which is the master bedroom. So I felt that and then that was it. That was me. And then Ron's wife, they were upstairs. They were sleeping the night before, and she said she woke up and she saw a shadow standing next to her bed. All right, so that's 2 activity right there. The craziest one was the next day. So my boy Chun, they threw crab cages onto the shore.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, my boy Chun, that guy can swim. Outdoorsman, tough as nails type of guy.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys know Chun. Him and his son, decided to go grab the crab cage in the morning. He started drowning. The water was up to chest high and stuff. He started drowning. The first thing he worried about was his son, making sure his son was okay and all that stuff. So he started drowning. His wife was on the shore, like yelling for help. And in order to get to the shore, you have to go down a very steep set of stairs. Very steep set of stairs.
So it's like, so it's like a backyard and there's like a steep drop.
Steep drop
Yeah.
and stuff. And once you hit the shore, all the homes are out there and stuff, and there's every house has their set of stairs. The homegirl Vade, she was yelling for help because he was drowning. She looked to the neighbor's house. She saw the neighbor standing there. right? She saw the neighbor standing there, and she was yelling. She's like, "Help! Help! My husband's drowning," and all that stuff. And first and foremost, children drowning is crazy.
Yeah.
And so she's yelling for help, and Chilton was able to get out. The guys came out and helped him and all that stuff. He was blue, like he was like close. He could have drowned and died.
Yeah, he was close to death
and stuff, right? So they finally got him upstairs. He was freezing cold. Made sure that he was warm. Put a blanket. Had him go rest. And so his wife, was in the house, and she was just talking about it and stuff. And then she looked at a picture on the wall from the Airbnb, and she go, "Who's that man?" And then I'm not sure who it was. They were like, "Oh, that's the owner of the house." She go, "That man was standing outside when I was yelling for help. He was standing at the neighbor's house yelling for help. He looks Japanese." She said it was the exact same man. And then they were like, "This is the owner of the Airbnb that we're in. He passed away already." She go, "No, that is the man that I saw standing there when I was yelling for help, and he didn't do a damn thing."
Yeah, he was just like spectating.
He was just standing there. And she didn't know who the owner was, and she'd never seen the picture. It didn't come to mind until she saw the picture, and she goes, "That's the exact same man that was standing outside while children was drowning."
Oh, damn.
I woke up because this all happened in the morning. Came down, Paul was like,
"This was at nighttime." It was.
No, this was in the morning.
Like during the daytime.
It was during the daytime, and then like early in the morning, and then I woke up like what 7? Not 7. About 8, 9, 10 around that area, and then and then Paulie was like, "Children almost died." I'm like laughing. Whatever. Why are you cracking jokes? She go, "No, he almost died this morning because he always about to drown and stuff." And then they told me about them seeing the vet seeing the man, and then that's when everybody was like.
Damn.
And not only that, they have downstairs there, and then when you walk by it just looks creepy. Everybody was like seeing shadows walking by, the boiler room and all that stuff. I had to go downstairs to fix the water heater because the water heater was off. And I think it was me and 3 other people was the first one there. So we were trying to turn on the hot water, it wasn't working. They were like, "Well, you could go down." I didn't think of that. I went down there, and I'm like, it is creepy. It was creepy.
Downstairs, like the basement
style.
Oh,
yeah.
old
And the picture they
basement.
showed me of that twin size bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had the same thing downstairs, but there was like 2 twin size bed downstairs, and that's where Paulie and stuff hanging out at.
What?
And it just looks creepy. It was creepy, and then like everybody felt bad vibes there when Vid said that she saw the man standing outside, which is the man that owned the house, and he's already dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like it's a possibility that he caused everything.
Has something to do with it. Yeah.
Or
It's like, hey,
or he could have been the one that prevented him from drowning.
you think of that way too.
It could have been that way too. Either or, we don't know. The homie's alive.
Yeah.
That's all that matters to us.
Basically he was drowning, and then during that time, his wife saw the owner of the home just standing there.
And she didn't know who he was. She thought he was a neighbor. And she goes, "That's the neighbor, right?" And he was like, "No, that's the owner of the house. He died already."
Damn.
That's kind of creepy.
Hella creepy. But we got Pete here for a reason, and we want to discuss about your situation.
This is, from what we heard, is a little bit crazier.
Yeah, I honestly, it's like the first time I've actually like witnessed something like this. Like personally, I was really freaked out mentally, physically. Yeah, it's one of the stories I will always remember.
Alright, so let's set the scene up. When did this happen?
All right, so this was last year, Father's Day weekend.
All
right. So my wife, she booked an Airbnb in Brennan, which is about 3.5 to 4 hours away from my place.
Brennan?
Yeah, Brennan.
It was about 3 hours because it was 4 hours because when you called us, it was about 4 hour drive for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was about 3 hour drive. So we were driving there, just typical drive, long scenic drive, I would say.
Yeah. Scenic. Yeah.
And then when we got there, when we got to Brennan, it reminded me of a really, really old town. There are lots of, like for tourists, like they have restaurants on the side, bars. And then when I look at the houses, I can tell they're like kind of old. I'm like, well, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we got there, got there about, I would say, maybe 12 in the afternoon. We got there and unpacked. The house was pretty, like, outside was beautiful. The view.
Yeah, you sent the
everything.
pictures.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I mean, it was right.
It's by the ocean.
Yeah, right. It was a beach house. So yeah, like you said, those beach houses, they do have those really, really steep stairs. Yeah. So that's what they had too. And then they had a running, like a river that leads to the ocean.
Yeah.
So yeah, they had that there too, and I was like, okay, that's pretty nice. You know, I saw a bald eagle and all that stuff, and then as soon as I got into the house, it was nice. Like the mid, so it was a tri-level. So it had, when you walked in, it was the mid-level, and then they had the stairs going up to the stairs, like the
And
room,
then the bottom level.
Yeah.
Kind of like this house.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. So we went to the bottom level, me and my brother-in-law Ryan, and it was really creepy. So as soon as you went downstairs, it led into, I guess, like a dark hallway in a way, and everything was cement. Like, it was just cement. It was cold. There was no carpet.
Yeah.
There was two or three bedrooms downstairs. Two of them had no windows. So it
So it was just a bedroom. No
so when you walked in, it just felt like a jail cell because I mean, it was cold. There was no windows, and it was just concrete. You know, so we're like, oh, okay, this is kind of weird. So my wife came and talked to me, and she was like, hey, I think we should get the mattress from downstairs and bring it upstairs to the mid-level, because for some reason I guess she felt comfortable too. Yeah, so I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. I mean, but before that, the owner of the house told us not to rearrange any furniture.
And that's just like any other Airbnb, though.
You're not supposed to rearrange.
Yeah.
The charger. Right?
Yeah, but for some reason, my wife felt like it was kind of weird.
Did she tell you it was something off?
Not at that moment.
No.
Yeah.
She just said like, hey, we should just sleep together.
Yeah, because because like, so when we went downstairs, me and Ryan, we came back up and they asked us, oh, how's downstairs? Like, you know, like, no, it was like, it's kind of dark, kind of cold. You know,
I wouldn't sleep down there.
It wasn't like anything in the picture. Let's just say that.
It was sugar coated.
Yeah, it was sugar coated, definitely. So me, Ryan went downstairs, grabbed 3 mattresses, and we did it really fast. Like we went down, took all the mattress, the cover.
And this is all first day.
Yeah, this is all first day.
Right when you guys got there.
Yeah, so we took all all the mattress covers.
That's cool.
And we brought all 3 of them upstairs, and then so we rearranged the couches to where we pushed the couch outwards, and we kind of laid all the 3 mattresses down
Together.
Yeah. So we all sleep in the same area, and then there was like one couch on the side of us where someone could sleep on the couch. There was one bedroom in the mid-level where my wife's mother and her father slept. That place didn't have any carpet. So no place in the house had carpet besides upstairs, the top level.
So downstairs was cement. Mid-level was what?
Cement too.
Mid-level was cement?
Yeah. We didn't have any carpet except upstairs.
Okay, that's weird, but
Yeah.
That's a little weird.
The upstairs was a little bit weird too, because so when you walk upstairs, you know the shape of the house is like kind of curved like this. Yeah. So it was just like that, and then how they had it was like a little attic area as a closet. So you had to like dug down a little bit to go into the closet, and it raises up as an actual closet.
Okay.
So it was kind of weird too. So I was like, oh, okay, this is okay house. I didn't volunteer to sleep upstairs. I was like, oh, I'm gonna sleep in the mid-level
with everybody.
Yeah, and Ryan and his girlfriend at the time slept upstairs. So I was like, okay, that's fine.
All right, so with the scenery view that you depicted and stuff, is already creepy as it is. Tell me when all this stuff started happening.
All right, so
wait, was it the same day you got there, like that night?
No, it wasn't. So the first night, like, we were just outside bonfire and all that, and we were in the jacuzzi hanging out, having fun. We didn't feel anything weird just because we're out of the house.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the main reasons why we didn't have anything that night, just because majority of the night we were bonfiring, jacuzzi, drinking, and just having fun out there. Yeah. And then we went in the house and we slept. That's the first thing we did. We just went to bed and slept.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the next day we went. I think we went clamming. And then we came back in the afternoon and we started cooking the clams that we caught. We started making drinks. Rose's dad, he started drinking first, and he got really emotional. And he's the type of guy that he's really quiet. He's old. He's in the mid 60s.
Yeah.
He's to himself.
How often do you see him whenever we go to the house?
Hardly.
Yeah.
He's always upstairs. Never comes down. Only time he comes down when there's family at the house.
Yeah.
Say what's up. Have a beer. That's it. Go upstairs. Gone.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, that explains it. You know, and for him to be emotional to his two sons on the couch. You know, I didn't witness it, but they told me firsthand, like, you know, their dad was saying how much he loves them, you know, and all that stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, that's
nice.
Yeah, that's a father, you know, like, okay. And then after that, I guess he went into the bedroom and we never saw him. Like, he was just laying there, and it was still daytime. And then her mom, my wife's mom now, she started drinking as well. But she's the type of, you know, she'd drink, but she wouldn't get like, you know, like just drink till she pass out. You know, she'd just drink here and there, have fun, converse. Yeah. So that night, as soon as it hit about 8 p.m., 7 p.m. around there, she started being really emotional as well. To the point where it kind of creeped us out a little bit, because she was hugging everybody. Like, she was hugging Ryan, Richard, Rose, Ryan's girlfriend, and kissing them and all that stuff. Like, we never seen her like that before.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. She disappeared to the bathroom for a good, I would say about an hour at least, because Rose, Ryan, his girlfriend, Rose's other brother, we were just, you know, in the living room, just hanging out, eating, you know, drinking. We were just asking, like, where did she go? Like,
yeah, because she disappeared for a while.
Yeah, like, where did she go?
An hour is a long time.
Well, because we checked the room and she wasn't in there. So the bathroom, it was right next to the room that Rose's mom and her dad was sleeping in. Okay, so we knocked on the door, you know, and she didn't really answer. All we heard was just the bathroom fan. You know, we're okay. And then we knocked again after like 10 minutes, and then she finally answered, and it looked like she was like struggling, not like throwing up. It just looked like she was like kind of struggling, like trying to, like, she looked tired. Okay, and then so she went to bed. It was about maybe 9:30, 10. She went to bed. After that, that's when things started getting weird.
Started getting interesting. Huh?
Yeah, it was. I think it was pretty strange. So we were laying on the mattresses that we laid out in the living room. Richard was sleeping on the couch because he chose the couch. He was sleeping on the couch. And as soon as Ryan and his girlfriend was about to go upstairs, we heard a loud thump. Okay, mind you, this is a really loud thump, and this is like a concrete floor. And you heard the vibration, and you felt the vibration, and we thought that the TV dropped in the room. We thought like the lamp or like
something really heavy. Something heavy. Yeah.
Okay, so I got up. Everyone got up. Richard was still sleeping. We got up, and then we went to the room that her parents were staying in. And we saw her mom on the floor, and she was she was really mad, and she was saying that she was crying. She was saying that her husband kicked her off the bed, and that she was just yelling, she hate him, she want to kill him, all that stuff. We're like, wait, we're trying to calm down.
Yeah. So, quick question. You know, you think it was alcohol involved, or it was just something different?
I think it was different, just because that time frame. Because her dad was drinking, but he knows when to stop. So he went into the bedroom already.
Yeah.
You know, just resting, and it was about 6-7 hours later. You know, that's a good time to sober up.
Yeah.
And he was just relaxing. So yeah, we at first I thought it was the alcohol, but when I kind of thought about it, I was like, oh no, it couldn't be, because he didn't drink that much. We all went in the room. She was on the bed, on the floor, and the first thing that I noticed that nobody noticed, and like when we ran in, so her blanket, right? So if she got kicked off, that blanket would have been with her and kicked off. That blanket was next to the door that we entered to. Like we opened it, and the first thing I saw was that blanket.
It was a pretty good distance.
Yeah, it was a good distance.
Yeah.
So I was like, that in my head, because everyone else didn't really, they were just panicking the fact that she was on the floor. But I was like just trying to look around, and I just saw that, and I was like, that's a little weird to me, you know. And
Doesn't add up.
it doesn't, you know. And then as soon as that, she was so mad at her husband, she like hit him. Like she got up on the bed and she punched him. And it's not like her to be that violent.
It's not in her nature because the way we see her, she's very nice, outgoing, lovely. Even when she drinks with us, right?
Yeah.
Your typical Filipino mom.
Yeah,
you know.
and she's very
His in-laws are
religious.
Filipino.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's just hanging out for a bit and then she's gone. She go sleep.
Yeah, and she's very religious too.
Yeah.
All right. So, and that's the thing that got me. I was like, how is she so violent? Like, where did this come from? And she was threatening to kill him. She wanted to look for a knife, you know, and she was like doing everything in her power to get out of her two kids' grasp to go look for something.
Yeah.
So we dragged her out of the room and into the living room, and her two kids were holding her down. And she was just yelling all this nonsense. And at the time, my daughter, you know, she's not even one yet.
No, she wasn't.
Yeah, she's not even one yet. And my wife was holding her, and all I could think of was like, what's going on? You know, all of a sudden, her two sons were staring her dead in the eye, and they said that her eyes were like pitch black.
Okay.
Like her pupils.
Demon style.
Yeah.
Black eyes.
Yeah, like
type.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what they said. They said that they couldn't see her pupil. It was like black. You know, I was like, oh, okay. So then so there was so from the couch where she was at, there was a mirror, right? And that mirror pointed to the room where her husband was sleeping. She kept looking at that mirror to look at her husband sleeping. And she just kept looking. Like, she would not stare away from it. She would always, like, every now and then, she would just threaten, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. We're like, okay, what's going on? And she was just like, for some reason, she got stronger. And Richard and Ryan, they were getting tired. They're like, I can't hold her anymore. And we're like, what the hell's going on? And then, like, yeah. So for me, I was like, okay, let me try to get her rosary, her necklace. We ran into her car, and I got her necklace. Her rosary is hanging off of her, what's that, the rearview mirror? Yeah, I grabbed that. And now, mind you, her rosary that she got was from the Philippines, and it was very, very religious there.
Yeah.
So we got that. I gave it to Ryan's girlfriend, Ash. And as soon as she ran up to her mom, the piece of the Jesus, that main part, it came out. Not once, but 4 times.
4 times. So it kept coming off.
Yeah.
Once it was brought into the home.
Yeah. And no, not into home. It came off when it got near her mom.
Okay.
Yeah. I saw it too. I was like,
So it kept breaking off.
yeah, it kept breaking off. I was like, there's no way. And I see them tightening up everything. And as soon as we brought it, like, it just dropped. And I was like, wait, what?
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt, but I'm gonna pause this podcast real quick. And this is Jay speaking again, of course. I just wanted to clarify some things about the rosary. The rosary itself is from Italy, and she got it as a gift from her friend in the Philippines. So she got it in the Philippines, but the rosary itself was made in Italy. And in the picture here that I'm gonna put up, this is the current state of the rosary right now. And you can clearly see that it's being held together by a piece of yarn. And obviously that's where the chain used to link up together, right? So it's just crazy how all these years that she had it, it's been fine, nothing happened. And when this incident happened, as they brought it closer to her, it just broke apart multiple times. That's just crazy. But yeah, let's continue.
And I was like, okay, there's something really wrong.
All right, so it's been in the car for so long, it never drops. You bring it towards her, all of a sudden it drops.
Yeah, and she's had that for a very long time.
4 times.
Yeah.
Coincidence? Would I believe in? Yeah. I think not. I think not. So.
Yeah, it like when like seeing it in person, like I've never seen that happen. I was like a necklace piece like just drops, and we did our best to tighten everything. And we tightened it, we brought it back, and it just drops again. I'm like,
all right, so we got to that part, the part where she was calling Lay's name.
Yeah, so that was really...
First, Lay is Peter's daughter. Her name's Leanne. Peter's mother-in-law always call her...
Ling Ling.
Ling Ling?
Yeah.
All right, go from there.
Yeah, so my mother-in-law calls my daughter Ling Ling all the time. There's never a time where she called her by her real name. Mm-hmm. You know? And then that whole night, she would call my daughter Lay Ann. Mm-hmm. You know, let me see Lay Ann. I want to hold Lay Ann. I'm like, no.
And here's the kicker. Remember what happened when she called her by the name Lay Ann? They said that her Filipino accent was gone.
Yeah, it was gone. She was talking I don't know. She wasn't from the Philippines.
Yeah, she has a very heavy Filipino accent, and I cannot stress that enough. You know, we love her, but she has like the accent like she came from the Philippines.
Yeah,
and when they said that her accent was gone, and she spoke with the fluent English.
Yeah. She's like, let me hold Leanne. I'm like, no.
That already gave me chills.
Yeah.
It's just like my mom all of a sudden speaking perfect Chinese.
Yeah.
I don't know where.
It was probably like I noticed. I was like, wait, she's not even having the accent anymore. Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah. So her accent completely went away.
Yeah.
And like I was blown away. I was like, this is not her talking.
And everybody can verify too. You know, the kids.
Yeah.
You know, your wife. You know, your in-laws and all that stuff.
Yeah. It was like I pulled my wife outside. I was like, you know her accent's gone, right? And she goes, oh, it is. She's like, oh, it is. I was like, yeah. I was like, and we were just waiting a little bit, and then she kept staring at my daughter. Like I was in the kitchen. And she was in the living room, and she kept staring. I was holding her. I was like, and she's like, "Come here, Ling." Or she's like, "Come here, Lay. Mm-hmm. Come here, Layanne." I was like, "Oh no.
This is your second night, right?
Yeah, this is the second night. The second and the last night. So when this all happened, right? And then she wanted to stay longer because we kept insisting, oh, let's leave, let's get out of here. We were all packing everything. We were just packing everything, trying to get out of there.
Right when that happened, you guys were like, fuck it.
Yeah, no, because I had to make the call because everyone else, we got Richard and Ryan struggling to hold her down. We got my wife, trying to calm her down, talk to her, and we got Ryan's girlfriend trying to calm her down too.
Bring the rosary, it's breaking, black, eyes. No accent.
Yeah, totally different.
That's the kicker right there. If you guys know what we're talking about, when you see someone that speaks with a heavy accent, no matter what, and if their accent is gone and they seem like they're up to no good, something's up.
Yeah, that blew me away. I was like, there's no way she's not talking without any accent. That's I've never heard that before. But yeah, so it was getting about 2:00 in the morning. She kept insisting, like, no, let's stay. It's fine. Stay one more night. Mm-hmm. And after that, she kept threatening to kill her husband. Yeah, I was like, no. We're gonna pack up and we're gonna go.
All right.
And then.
All right. So before all that, I'm gonna ask you right now. Alcohol was involved in all that stuff. You think it was the alcohol or was something different?
I know it was something different.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. I know alcohol. No, this is something way different. Because every time she would tell us to stay, she would look upstairs where Ryan and Ash were sleeping. Mm-hmm. But they weren't there at the time. But she would kept looking upstairs. And then, I would ask her, what's upstairs? And she'd go, oh, the devil's upstairs. I was like, no one's up there. Yeah, she goes, the devil's up. Why you want to go upstairs? The devil's upstairs. I was like, I looked, I was like, no, oh, there's nobody there. Okay.
Okay. Once I hear that, I'm gone.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, why would you want to go upstairs? Because Ryan's girlfriend was trying to go upstairs to get her stuff and pack everything, right? Mm-hmm. But my wife's mom, she kept stopping her. And she, like, had this weird, like, smirk. And she go, why would you want to go upstairs? The devil's upstairs. And then Ryan's girlfriend just stopped at the stairs, like what? I was like, oh man, this is getting even more crazier.
Alright. So you guys packed up, getting ready to go. Everybody's in the car and about to leave. What else happened from there?
So we separated the parents. I was driving. Her dad was in my car, and my wife and my daughter was in the car as well. And her brother was driving the other car with their mom, and they were really scared about that. But they
of course,
they child locked all the doors, and they were telling us that she was staring, because the windows are tinted. Their windows are tinted.
Yeah.
So she was staring at the window to the other car to look at her husband the whole entire time. And she said, "I'm gonna kill him." I was like, she's still trying to kill him.
All right. So I heard there was a part where you guys passed a bridge. It was like a bridge, and she stopped after that, or something like that.
Yeah. So once we got to a certain point, she just didn't know what happened. She came back to her senses, and she was like, "What happened?" And we were at a gas station, and we were trying to talk to her, like, "Do you know what happened?" She's like, "No."
Okay. So that's scary as hell. First and foremost.
the scary thing was that when we got home, she told us her story of what happened that night, because she didn't have the time to tell us because she was possessed, you know. Right. So when we got home, first thing, she cried. Her daughter, her kids cried because they didn't know.
Everybody was overwhelmed.
Yeah, it was just crazy. Like, they were crying, and I was trying to get everything out of the car, and I heard them crying, and then they were talking upstairs. And then all I heard was her mom saying that she was in that bathroom, but she didn't know it was for that long, because she said that she was fighting something, and
she was fighting possession.
Yeah,
basically.
She kept coming. She said she kept coming in and out of
consciousness.
So she would hear us knocking at the door, but she would get right back into the possession.
Okay.
Yeah,
this is something we haven't heard about, because you guys never told us from her point of view.
Yeah, this is her story. Yeah, so she kept going in and out of consciousness, and she said that she's blacked out after the bathroom, and that's when everything happened. Like, she was calm coming out the bathroom, going to the room, and that's when it all happened. And she said that voices in her head was telling her to kill her husband.
Wow.
Yeah.
So and you guys basically booked a 3-night stay,
and we only stayed 2 nights.
2 nights.
Yeah, and she was crying, she was screaming for help, but we didn't hear anything. So she said that in that bathroom she blacked out. That was all she remembered.
That's it, huh?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was it.
So she was fighting a possession, and basically what it sounds like is that the possession took over.
Yeah,
and that's when everything.
That's when everything went. It went crazy.
That's when friend, she started speaking fluently in English. Her eyes were straight black and all that shit. That's crazy. And
she was telling me that when she was in the living room at the time of her possession, she would also be, in and out of consciousness. She told me, and like she came and she's like, for some reason I could not touch you or Ling Ling. I was like, why? She goes, there was a really bright, like a bright light next to you guys.
Ooh,
yeah,
the shivers.
I was like,
so it's like
a guardian.
Yeah.
Guardian. Could be great grandma. Could be
that's
grandparents.
That's what me. I was like, yeah, that has to be my great grandparents. I'm like, like somebody, my guardian angel. And she's like, yeah, every time I would look, there is a bright light there right next to you and Leanne. So I was like,
I got chills now.
Yeah,
because every time your Aunt Caroline get haunted, she always call for your grandma, your great grandma, and your great grandma always shows up and help her all the time. And
it was just like when she told me that, I wanted to like cry too, because I knew that was my guardian angel, my great grandma, my great grandpa. You know, I knew it was somebody special.
Your grandparents,
Yeah.
it's grandparents in general.
Yeah, I mean, talk about in a time of need, when you don't want to break down, you have someone there with you, giving you strength. You know.
So, just imagine, it's crazy because it's like I'm trying to imagine her view looking at you and Leanne, and all she sees like a bright something bright next to you, and she's scared to go towards you guys.
She would her actions. You can tell she can move freely, but she didn't want to go our direction.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like, don't come here.
Yeah.
Protect me, Leanne.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, you know, when I talk to Rich and Ryan and stuff, they seem very, very scarred.
Yeah, like
very scarred.
Yeah, when I talked, when they talk about it,
I tried bringing it up a couple times, and they did mention stuff, but they just looked like they were just like.
It's like they don't want to talk about it.
They don't. They want to forget it. Yeah.
So it's something really traumatic.
Yeah.
Something real.
All right. Yeah. So, and with all that, said and done, everything, is going back to normal. I heard that your in-laws did research on the place.
Yeah. So we paid a site to look at an article on that house. Now, this house was built way back then. I forgot what age it was, but
18.
It was like maybe low 19s.
Okay.
So that house, it was a 2-story before it was a tri-level. Okay, so there was an article saying that a husband murdered the wife. Over, I think I don't know what it was, but that's all I read. The husband murdered the wife.
Okay.
The husband threw the wife over where the stairs to the dock. It was from what I was reading. It was about an affair.
Did they specify how he murdered the wife?
Yeah. So just the knife.
Just a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because my wife's mom wanted to kill her husband with a knife.
And she kept saying that he's trying to kill me. He's trying to kill me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill him first.
Yeah.
So basically, if you think about it this way, the lady who passed away, whoever,
Vengeful spirit.
Yeah.
Wants
to get revenge. Like, hey, I'm gonna possess her. Kind of reenact.
Yeah, because I guess for some reason she was vulnerable at that time.
Yeah, and that's what they call like a residual possession, residual haunting type of stuff, where they possess somebody and they try to recreate something that happened before.
And one thing that I noticed too, you know how they say running water is like it gives energy.
Of course.
And the house was right next to the water that was running, a stream that was running to the ocean.
Yeah.
And I like I said, I don't believe in coincidence, but I just felt like, wow, that actually makes sense.
It all ties together at the end.
Ties together then. So we got Airbnb, we got a possession, first-hand account to somebody that never dealt with that before. We have family that was traumatized from it, that don't want to talk about it ever again. We have just a change in character. Total character, from somebody that has heavy accent to speaking fluent English, and then we have a background correlation, on the story that happened within that home.
Yeah.
So, is that a coincidence?
I don't think so.
I don't know. So, I want you guys to think about that. My name is Boy.
And I'm Jay.
I'm Peter.
And this is Asian Paranormals, and we will catch you guys on the next episode.